We are all fond of TV shows. Most of us are even binge watchers. So here in this video, we will talk about some shows that are based on real events, and indeed are exhilarating. Number 10. Unbelievable. Released back in September 2019. The series is based on a true article, an unbelievable story of rape, published on ProPublica and the Marshall Project in 2015. The article contains a series of rape that occurs between 2009 and 2011 in the American states. The plot is about a girl, Mary, who is sexually assaulted. When she reported about her being raped, police did not believe her, as there were few instances in the story. Initially, the investigation goes terribly wrong, and after that, they figure out the pieces of evidence, which hopefully leads to a just and fair investigation. It also conveys how much audacity does it need when one is reporting such crimes. Many victims do not even come forward and inform about the offense. Overall, it is a good story to watch. It only has one season, hence worth binge watching. Number 9. All-American. Do you like football? Or are you a fan of former football player Spencer Paysinger? If yes, then this show is for you. All-American is based on a rising football player, Spencer James, who goes to Beverly Hills on his coach's advice to play football and endeavor to be on a team. It is an awesome series to watch in the sports genre. It has 3 seasons and is still on air. Season 1 is named The Unstoppable, Season 2 as Problems, and Season 3 as Keep Winning. It would be enjoyable to watch All-American as it is very influential. Number 8. The Serpent. The Serpent is a newly released British crime series available in 4 different languages: English, French, Dutch, and Thai. The plot of the show is based on a notoriously famous serial killer in the 1970s, Charles Chobaj, who robs tourists throughout the hippie trail of South Asia. He usually used to prey on young tourists and used to take away their passports and identities to travel with his girlfriend. Mary Andre Leclerc used to sell all these stolen items after his spree of crimes. Herman Kinnenberg investigates the murders and finds the evidence against Chobaj. Later, he was eventually caught and put behind bars. It consists of 8 episodes, making the show short and interesting. It is worth binge watching if you're interested in history and crimes. Number 7. Washington. Do you want to know about American history and their heroic personalities? Washington is another recently released show about a historical event. It involves the intricate story of the first US president, George Washington. It is narrated in the story how he served his country, how visionary he was, his contribution to the nation. It is a good watch if one is interested in documentaries or biographies, or if you want to enhance your knowledge in history, do give it a try. It is a mini-series of 3 episodes, hence, again, a show worth binge watching. Number 6. Unidentified. Inside America's UFO investigation. Unidentified is another commendable docudrama having 2 seasons. We all get excited when the topics like UFO, aliens appears. Most of us like to discuss about ambiguous topics. If you are on one of them, then this series is for you. Unidentified is about researches and investigations the US government was doing on unidentified flying objects, aka UFOs. The true incidents were also featured in this show, hence making it realistic. Incidents of Canada, the Corona fires back in 2005. There was an unusual fire caused by an unknown natural phenomenon. The exact reason it was not identified is featured in episode 6 of season 1. Another incident related to the black triangles is also featured in episode 2 of season 2. Black triangles are triangular-shaped UFOs and are usually observed at night. Season 2 conveys a specific case or an aspect in each episode. Such kind of real revelations are thought-provoking, and that is exactly what the show wants to portray. If you're into science and mysteries, do give it a try. Number 5. When We Rise. When We Rise is a revolutionary series focusing on the LGBTQ community. It portrays the image of Cleve Jones, who is the main figure of the LGBTQ movement. He is a famous social activist who fought for equal rights for the LGBTQ community. It also narrates the story of women's rights led by Roma Guy and the spouse of Cleve Jones, Diana. Also, about transgender activists, thereafter describing Stonewall riots in 1969. The show displays the struggle, defeat, and big achievements of the movement. Do you also believe in all communities deserving equal rights? Do they have the right to live? Then When We Rise is a miniseries of 8 episodes, an inspiring, fantastic watch. Number 4. Wormwood. Wormwood is an American drama which is based on the true life story of CIA employee, a scientist, and a father, Frank Olson, in 1953. He fell out of the window of a hotel in New York, and people assumed that he had committed suicide. However, Frank's son, Eric Olson, investigated the case, whether he had truly committed suicide or the murder was covered up. Later, it was discovered that his father was murdered. He also laments about the loss of his father. The show even questions the integrity of the US government. Overall, it is an amazing watch if you're interested in psychology and mysteries. Number 3. The Spy. The mini-series brilliantly portrays the story of Israel's notable spy, Eli Cohen. The story is about a time when the Six-Day War broke between Israel and Arab in 1967. After receiving 6 months of training, Eli Cohen was sent to Syria as a spy, leaving his wife and children. He passed out all the secret information to the government of Israel. Also, he changed his identity and changed his name to Kamil Amin Thabet. Soon, he was appointed as Deputy Defense Minister and got close to President Ayman al-Hafiz. When Syria discovered that he was a spy, he was sentenced to death. It is interesting to see how witty Cohen would have been in the past days. You should 100% check it out. Number 2. The Tiger King. The Tiger King is another real-life American drama that focuses on protecting wildlife and accuses felon Joe Exotic, a zookeeper. It is a crime documentary released on Netflix 2020. It explores the private zoos and sanctuaries which are set up for animal care and wildlife protection. Joe Exotic, a businessman who owned Greater Wynwood Exotic Animal Park, was known to be an expert in caring for big cats. He was accused by Carol Baskin, big cats right activist and CEO of Big Cats Rescue, of abusing animals. Later, the series also covered that Joe Exotic was convicted for paying a hitman to murder Carol Baskin, and that too 2 times. He also violated Lazy Law and Endangered Species Act. He was also put behind bars for 22 years for both crimes. The plot does seem thrilling and mysterious. It is a miniseries of 8 episodes and is indeed worth watching. Number 1. Narcos. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is Narcos. It is an American television series witnessing crime and illegal activities by drug lord Pablo Escobar. Escobar is the wealthiest criminal in history. He started involving in illegal activities like selling illegal cigarettes, fake lottery tickets. He even kidnapped people for ransom. Overall, the series Narcos has 3 seasons. In season 1, it shows how Pablo started manufacturing cocaine and was involved in the transportation of illegal goods when it was not allowed to do so in Colombia. After that, he became a business partner in Moreno and expanded his business by developing larger labs and distribution routes. When it was noticed that the US dollars were circulated to Colombia in higher amounts, suspicion arose, and Pablo was imprisoned. However, at the end of the episode, it was shown that he had escaped. In season 2, he escapes from prison and adapts to his new life. He bribes the community and murders whoever tried to come in his way. After that, his 2 cartel members were caught. They deceived him, and hence, he had tried to run away. He was tracked by the military and Drug Enforcement Administration while he was trying to contact his family. Pablo was hit twice. In season 3, the story continues after his death. Overall, it is a very interesting story. It has been released in 2 languages, English as well as Spanish. Since it is based on a real story, it leads to a historical experience. Have you watched any of these TV shows? Do you find them interesting? What are your thoughts on docudramas? Do let us know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video.